After years of steady population decline, downtown Cleveland is experiencing a renaissance. Its rental properties filling with young professionals and retired couples.
The greater the population of people in the community, the greater amount of people you have that are buying goods and services, it makes it much more vibrant.
But the city's long-term financial health cannot be restored until families return to the inner neighborhoods surrounding downtown, occupy homes, and revitalize schools. While walking the streets of an inner neighborhood as a city councilor, Joe Simperman was struck by a potential solution when he came across an unusual school, an English immersion school for the children of newly arrived immigrants.
You can feel the greatness inside of this school. Side by side with a neighborhood that has 150 abandoned homes, vacant lots. How do you have this lighthouse of incredible life in the middle of a neighborhood that is really struggling to hang on?
Simperman now heads Global Cleveland, which aims to make the school the nucleus of a revitalized neighborhood of immigrants within the decaying West Side districts of Stockyards and Clark Fulton. While it's officially labeled International Village, Simperman prefers to call it Dream Neighborhood. But attracting immigrants to inner-city Cleveland is not as easy as it used to be. During boom times in the 1910s and 20s, over 1/3 of Clevelanders were foreign-born. Now that population has dwindled to less than 5%. Immigrants migrate to cities with economic opportunity. Fewer today see opportunity in Cleveland. 50 miles south of Cleveland, the neighboring city of Akron, Ohio, once faced a similar dilemma.
It's so funny because Cleveland is always looked at as like the big sister of Akron. Akron's leading the way, and Cleveland should learn from what's going on there.
The city's jobs evaporated when 3 of its 4 tire companies shut down. Unable to attract many immigrants, Akron focused instead on drawing refugees, along with the federal agencies and NGOs that settled them.
There's kind of a tug and a competition for refugees because with refugees come federal dollars. It's not completely humanitarian, but at the same time, I think it benefits the community in a way that also benefits immigrants because there's kind of a mutual gain.
After an initial dip, Akron's population stabilized, and in the neighborhood where refugees have settled, there has been new economic activity.
Immigrants have always been entrepreneurial. What it takes to really migrate and leave your home country is a certain level of courage that is not different from perhaps what it might take to start your own business.
The city has found its greatest success with ethnic Nepali refugees fleeing ethnic cleansing in Bhutan. 70,000 of these Nepali Bhutanese have been settled in the U.S. since 2002. And nearly 1 in 20 of these refugees has gone to one town, Akron.
Back in Bhutan, what we do is like 15, 16 houses will come together in our garden today, like in our farm. And then they will help, and then we'll cook there, and then children will play there, and then they will have somebody to look after the children.
It takes a good employer, a good resettlement agency, good community partners, good neighbors, good local leadership.
Despite its limited resources, Akron is investing in housing and healthcare services for refugees, and interpreters for the city's police department and public schools. With a larger bureaucracy, more competing interest, and many more stakeholders, finding the political will to bring refugees to Cleveland is not easy. There are some working hard to make it happen.
That vacant house has been vacant for 40 years in the Dream Neighborhood. A fact is, a family from Nigeria thinks that vacant house is pretty sweet.
There are many reasons that made me come here. First of all is albino violence in Africa. My first time here in America was like unbelievable. Everything was new, everyone was new for me.
Global Cleveland works with developers and land banks to renovate homes that immigrants can lease to own, while also preventing properties from being bought up by speculators.
Land banks can hold land while property values vacillate. And without the work of the land bank, what you do is you open yourself up to speculation.
I'm a refugee. I'm not ashamed, and I'm just like you. I have a dream. I have a goal.
This neighborhood, which has embraced people that the world has thrown away, are going to be the ones who actually bring economic, community, and spiritual vitality back to this part of Cleveland.